What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. I hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. So we got some talking to do today. So Sauce Walka, ooh, made his first appearance on The Breakfast Club yesterday, right? And on The Breakfast Club, he was asked about his sentiments about Drake because for those who don't know, Sauce Walka has felt a way about Drake for years, and not just for no reason. He's felt like Drake he's used cultural appropriation when it comes to Houston rappers, and he's not collaborated with Houston rappers after doing that, right? He felt like Drake used Houston's culture to boost his career without giving back to the Houston rap scene. And I feel like his sentiments are valid with those opinions, right? I know a lot of y'all gonna say he worked with Bun B, Beyonce, Travis Scott, but those are established artists already. They have their own following. Like Bun B is not like Drake working with Bun B ain't gonna do nothing for Bun B but put him on a younger crowd. But Bun B was already a legend. UGK is already an iconic rap group. Beyonce knows is Beyonce knows. Travis Scott was already elevated, you know what I mean, when Drake was collaborating with him, right? But I know a lot of people in Houston feel this way about Drake, and a lot of people in Texas in general. And I'm a fan of Drake's music, but I've always noticed the Houston influence. Him being around Jay Prince and them and rap a lot. Like, a lot of people feel like he took Kurt Cobain's style. Shout out to Kurt Cobain. Kirko was fire. I don't like y'all not gonna come on here in front on Kirko. I remember my freshman year of college, my second semester, the Progression 2, a Texas Young Player came out. That mixtape is so fire, dog. He had Say Hello, Steal My N-Word, of course, Drink in My Cup. Everybody was listening to Drink, got that drink in my cup. Then Mine Went Blank, Play Me, Trill Young N-Word, he had Touched the Sky, That's Not Right. That whole tape, I was walking around school, walking around campus, bumping that in Mississippi, at Mississippi Valley State University, right? And look, a Chicago kid like me was in Mississippi, like I'm talking about rocking with Texas music heavily all my life, right? Majority of my life. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people feel like Drake did the Kirby. He took Kirko's powers and used it for his own. You got. Well, not people saying, Drake has used samples from classic Houston songs like June 27, Swangin' and Bangin', use old Swisher House beats, right? And even with doing that, he's not worked with other Houston artists who were not elevated and already at the top of the game, at the pinnacle, you know? And I feel like he got a right to feel that way. Some of y'all gonna say, well, who y'all want him to work with? Who y'all want him to work with? I feel like he could have worked with, Kurt Cobain, unless Kirko don't want to work with him. If Kirko really feel like he took his style, he could have worked with Big Pokey when Big Pokey was still alive, Maxo Cream, Lil Kiki, Paul Wall, Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Chameleonaire. And some of y'all gonna say them older artists. You don't gotta work with them old dudes. Man, he worked with Project Pat. He worked with Project Pat. So why wouldn't he want to work with the Houston artists? Hold on, y'all. My bad, y'all. My son came up in here. I'm trying to see what's going on with him. But anyway, yeah, man. Like, and Sauce Walka and a lot of other people in Houston have seen that Drake has used a lot of Texas lingo. He used their lingo in songs he's made. Like, you remember on Connect, I'll be here just swanging. Don't talk to me like I'm famous. Swanging and all of that. That's Texas lingo. And he was using their beats and certain lingo and all that in their songs. And he like, look, all I'm asking is that you help the rap economy. Just start working with these young artists who are dope, who really are fire, or these other artists in Texas, and just, help elevate their careers in a way. If you're going to come and you're going to use the sound and you're going to use, the beats, and you're going to emulate parts of Houston style in your rap, give back and just work with some of the other upcoming artists. Work with a Maxo Cream. You know what I mean? Work with even Kirko, I guess, if Kirko want to work with him. But yeah, man, so I feel him on that. Now, I know the devil's advocate is going to be people going to say, well, why don't you hold Travis Scott to the same accord, the same standard? And I feel at 100%. Now, he spoke on Travis because Charlamagne brought up that point. Why don't you speak on Travis Scott? Travis Scott is a really big artist Why you feel like why he not working with other Houston rappers? Now, Sauce Walka says, I don't know because I don't listen to Travis Scott. He says Travis Scott signed artists from Houston. He puts Houston rappers on the bill for his concerts. He's made music with artists from Houston and supports them when he come to their music videos and all of that. And I guess he's saying, look, Drake, if you're going to use Houston sound and all of that, put some Houston rappers on your concert bill. You know what I mean? Like, do something like that to put some type of money back into the city, the city's music economy, if you're gonna run off with the sound and all of that in the sauce, no pun intended. And I feel that, and he brought up Megan Thee Stallion. Well, because I guess they like, well, Houston rappers need to do the same thing. And he like, look, Megan got songs with Maxo Cream, Lil Kiki, Big Pokey. You know what I mean? I don't know if she got a song with Sauce Walka or not, but he like, yeah, Megan give back to the city. She know the importance of that. You know, and so I feel like, yeah, I don't feel like there's nothing wrong with him saying that. I don't think he hating on Drake or nothing like that, because Sauce been saying this for years. He been saying it for a while. The world is just now hearing it because he's on an elevated platform like the Breakfast Club. But he's felt like this for a while, and I would feel the same way if he was using Chicago lingo. I remember I hate a goofy especially, because that goofy word has been popularized by my city of Chicago. I don't care nobody talking about. I'm talking about calling a person a goofy, not saying that they're goofy, they're silly. Calling a person a goofy. That's Chicago stuff. Like, we've been calling people goofy. Goofy is an insult to the highest degree. That's like calling you the B word. You know what I mean? So if he was using them words, hold on, y'all. My apologies for having to keep stopping the video, man. My son is a little under the weather, so I had to attend to him while I'm making this content, man. But yeah, man, if he was using Chicago lingo, using Chicago beats, using Chicago, you know, like samples from Chicago songs all the time, and I feel like he took somebody from Chicago style, Chicago would feel the same way Sauce Walka feel. Like, hold on, man. You got to come and collaborate with a lot of these artists in the city and you know, these buzzing artists or something. You put them on your concert bill if you're going to do all of that, and I feel like there's nothing wrong with him feeling that way. He just really just safeguarding the music scene in his city, and I feel that, you know. And a lot of people you got to guard the gate sometimes. Houston was extremely popular for a long, long time, and I love Houston music. They got a player type style about their music. It's very distinct. You know Houston sound when you hear it, and he like, yo, Drake, you like the sound, you like what we do here. That's cool. You could use if you're gonna use it. Pour back into the music economy here. Put these artists on your concert bill. Collaborate with them, whatever. Do something. But don't just take the sound and take the sauce and then run off. Don't do the Kirby. Use the powers to beat us in the game and go stay at the top. You know what I mean? Not saying that Drake, nobody in Houston was in direct competition with Drake or anything like that. But he like, yo, using their sound, if it's keeping you elevated and keeping you refreshed with new type of sound and new type of like a new type of sound to your records, like, yeah, people gonna like it, you're using it to your benefit to be at the top of the game, because it's giving you a different look, a different sound than you would usually have. It's not your typical Canadian, Toronto, Canada sound. You know what I mean? And I feel like, yeah, I feel Sauce on that, man. Like, safeguard your culture where you come from, man. So yeah, he could have, people say he could have collaborated with Lil Kiki, Slim Thug, Mike Jones, Chamillionaire, even though I know Chamillionaire is doing other things besides just rapping now. He's in the tech space and all of that. But like, look, you could have collaborated with Paul Wall, one of them, like that's something. Because he did it with Project Pat for sure. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I get it 100%. I don't think he's being jealous or hating. I just think that's 100% fact. Using old Swisher House beats and all that, and people use beats all the time, but people was like, yo, he was implementing parts of Houston's sound in his flow, his delivery, actually sounding like a Kurt Cobain's, like using Kirko's type of flow in a way. And yeah, and if that's the case, hey, I think his feet should be held to the fire a little bit. Not saying Drake is a bad person, but hey, you gotta pour back into that music scene a bit.